Today we're going to check out this Sencore Caddy bar generator. And it's a model CG19. I've had this in my collection of test equipment since the 80s, and I've never actually used it, and I've never tried to see if it works. So today we're going to take a look at it and see if it does work. So the first thing you note about it is it has these gator clip wires on it. Let's take a look at the back. This came from an old tech school that I went to back in the day. Looks like it says ground 9.2 to 11.2 volts battery check. So battery's not included. So it looks like, whoops, perhaps this was intended for battery use, and someone has rewired it so they can hook it to an external supply. So why don't we open it up and take a look at the inside. Before we do that, what's on the bottom here? Looks like there's a few adjustment screws, and then some commentary about maybe how to adjust those items. Front panel controls are on and off switch, color output. You get your color bars, horizontal, vertical lines, cross hatch, and what those things will do is put test patterns on your screen so you can adjust your CRT television. I don't know what this interlace switch does, and it looks like the output is on like an RCA jack, which is kind of interesting. Alright, how do we get in? Looks like a couple of screws on the bottom, and I can't do that one-handed, so we'll break here and I'll be back. Alright, I got the screws out, and it looks like the whole chassis just slides out here. Alright, let's space that back. We'll set it down. And we'll set that over here out of the way. Alright, what do we have on the inside? So it looks like a circuit board, lots of passive components. It's transistorized. And here we have a probably a 3.1 blah 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 megahertz crystal, which is what color TV uses for the color demod. Actually, I lied. It looks like, from what I can read, maybe you can't see it in the camera, it says 189 kilocycles on that. All right. If there's any way to date this, I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. Maybe there's some information online. So here's where the battery holders are. So I don't know how you get 9 to 11 volts out of those. Can't be regular double A's. They have to be something else. All right, and then here we got those two wires came in, and this looks like a big old power diode. And okay, I see. So it appears that someone has wired this diode across here, probably to prevent reverse battery from burning it out. They probably got it wired to blow fuse or clamp it. And it's a power diode. And then, so the red wire would have been the battery positive. The black one is going to the board back there. And here's our power switch. So that's interesting. So this power switch, that only goes there. We'll have to check this out, but it kind of looks like that the switch is wired around so that you turn it on and off by just removing the power. We'll see. Well, if the thing works, well, I guess we'll be able to verify that. All right, and then I can't really see what's under there. All right. Alright, it looks like there's a lot of adjustments and things. And well, there's a couple adjustment screws there. So Sencore circuit board number. All right. Should I leave it in the case or put it back in? See if it works. I think I'll put it back in, and then we'll see if it works in a moment. All right, got it back in its case. So we're gonna need some DC power to run this thing on, and remembering it says here battery check 9.2 to 11.2, so something around 10 volts probably is what we should use. And so I got a bench supply here, and let's see here. Let's set that voltage. Okay, I had it at 14, the last thing I used it for. So when I set that, whoops, I gotta get a couple more. Set that for 10 volts, and then what's the current limit set for? Yeah, 100 milliamps should be all right. That will, if there's a short on there, it'll limit the current to 100 milliamps. So, all right, let's hook this up here. All right, we got that and the negative. All right, so we got that power on. Let's see, we'll start with this switch off, although I suspect it doesn't work. Let's turn our output of our supply on. And it's drawing about 13 milliamps, which isn't a lot, but I guess with those two little batteries, that might be normal. All right, let's turn the switch on. And it's not changing off, on, it's the same. Kind of like I thought, assuming that the 13 isn't being drawn by something else, like that diode maybe is leaking or something. At any rate, so I was trying to get ready for this little video, and I had to go dig out this TV this used to be my college TV back in the late 80s. It's a 1988-89 Emerson, and I have a remote for it someplace, and for the life of me I could not find it earlier, and I was digging around. One thing I had noticed earlier is there's this very old piece of masking tape on here that's barely legible, and someone has wrote on here channel 4, and I think that date is from 1972. So this thing may not have been powered up for 50 years, and you can kind of make out here where it looks like someone has wrote channel 4 on the chrome there. So we're going to want the TV at channel 4. So I saw that on there, and then without the remote, when you hit, this thing hasn't been used for a while, so when you turn it on, it wants to like scan the channels, and since there weren't any channels, it just keeps going around and around and around. And I was trying to get it to just stay on channel 4, and I struggled with that for quite a while without the remote, and because you have to like turn the seek on and off while messing with the up and down button, and eventually I got it to stay on 4 for the purposes of this video, so hopefully it still is on 4. Alright, and then the other thing I had to find was a cable that has an F on one end, and then one of these transformer deals that you used to use on antennas back in the day, because we got this RCA jack. And then I dug around some more. Where did I put it? I found this gizmo that I've had that I don't know if I've ever used before, which is an old RCA plug with some leads put on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook this on here like that, and then connect up our gator clip here, and I'll set the camera down because I need 2 hands to do this. Alright, and I need another gator clip here to this weather wire here. see if that actually got on the camera. I'm kind of waving around because I'm working one-handed here. All right, this will go to the back of the TV. All right. All right, that's in. All right, I think we're all, those are not, we don't want that touching there. Touching, this should be good. All right, these are hooked up, that's on, power's on, turn TV on, see what happens. All right. Ooh, we got some crosshatch. All right. Looks a little wiggly in the middle, but it is generating a crosshatch. And the switch is set for crosshatch. So let's see what we get with white dots. And it's hard to see these, but there are white dots. I got too much glare in here. I remember the glare, half of this glare is from the window. Yeah, that's from the window. All right, we got dots, we got crosshatch. Then it says vertical lines, horizontal lines, color bars. Yeah, don't look. I've seen other videos of people with, you know, these bar generators, and they have a different style of color bars than this one. And let's see, what's this knob do that says color output? It's turned all the way up now. So, okay, that just looks like that just changes how somewhat the brightness on them. Yeah. All right. What about this interlace switch? What's that do? I don't really see it having. Well, if you turn it all the way up, things look a little sharper, maybe. It's hard to say. It's definitely not a huge noticeable effect, although there's a wrinkle at the top of the screen that kind of moves around. For all I know, this TV could be in use of some alignment or adjustment as well. It's pretty old, and I haven't. It used to be a daily driver, but I haven't used it on any consistent basis since the mid-90s, so it's been sitting around a long time. All right. And then the switch here, I have it on, so if I switch it off, it's still on. It's kind of like I thought. The switch doesn't do anything, so makes me wonder if when they wired those external wires that they screwed up that, or they did it deliberately. There's no way to know now. Alright, so we have this Sencore CG19 Caddy bar generator that I've had for 35 some years, I think, and never used it, never checked it out, and we did that today, and it appears to work. Thanks for watching.